Hey guys, and welcome to episode 2 of my FIFA 20 career mode with Watford. And we left the last episode with a lot of transfer dealings. Obviously, the first episode of the game is just getting the team figured out, like what's going on, and then kind of getting the team ready. So we made a couple of purchases, and I was doing a bit of tinkering while offline, and I've also made another purchase which you guys will shortly see. Interested to get your guys' reaction on what you think about this transfer. But as you will see here at the bottom, we have signed Matteo Guendouzi. So we kind of had this interesting thing where we sold Etienne Capoue, who was kind of getting on a bit, and yeah, we kind of just decided to sell him. We got a good offer, and we didn't really have too much cover in this kind of centre mid CDM position. And Matteo Guendouzi is someone who's kind of broken through in the last season for Arsenal. And we signed him for like £10 million or something, which I thought was an absolute steal. He's 20 years old. He's got Premier League experience. So we've now raided Arsenal for both Matteo Guendouzi and Rob Holding, who I think are two players that I think Arsenal definitely wouldn't be losing if Watford came in for them in real life. But as you can see, to add to that, we have the signings of Rian Brewster. There's another option up front, as well as Jonathan Ikone, who's another option and probably will be our kind of starting central attacking midfielder. So we made some good transfers, I think, and we've also got rid of I think who we got rid of. We got rid of some players. We got rid of Marriott. Decore is still there. I think Cleverly's Cathcart, I think, has gone. Messina has gone. So we have got rid of a couple of other players as well. So that's good to see. And so without further ado, we're going to jump into this first Premier League game. It's our first one. Hopefully, I know I've seen glitches online of stuff of where opponents have been playing poorer teams. I hope that's not the case against Brighton. I thought I could maybe avoid that by being Watford as well. So we'll see. Hopefully not, because I would like to play against a good Brighton team and make it a bit of a challenge. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this first game and see how this opening Premier League game goes. Here we are, opening day at Vicarage Road. All the fans are excited. I'm excited. I'm ready to smash it here against Brighton. We'll have a look at the opening credits. Just watch this for the first time, get immersed into the new season, the 2019-20 season for Watford. Hopefully it isn't as bad as it is in real life. Any Watford fans watching this, hopefully watching this series will bring some good things to Watford this season. I don't recognise many of those players from Brighton, so me thinks that maybe this Brighton team is also going to be playing some poor players. But there are two kind of key players, Roberto Pereira and Gerard Deulofeu. Hopefully one or both of them can get off the mark today. We'll have a look at the Watford team. Ben Foster starting in goal, as always do. Femenia, Kabasele, Rob Holding making his debut, and Holebas in the back four. Then Decore and Chalobah. Guendouzi not making it for the start. And then we have Roberto Pereira, Tom Cleverley and Deulofeu, with Andre Gray leading the line. A couple of new signings on the bench. Ikone and Guendouzi are on the bench. We'll have a look at the Brighton team as well when that comes up. And so here's the Brighton team. Button in goal. Don't recognise him. Montoya, Webster, O'Hora, Byrne and Masuaku. So they've signed Masuaku. Richards and Alzate. Alzate, I think, made his debut. Jan Baksh, Connolly and Trossard are their front three. So they're playing a back five, interesting. But they're not playing people like Pascal Gross and people like that, which is a bit of a shame. So it looks like they are playing a bit of a weakened team. And yeah, I'm super excited to get this this season underway. Andre Gray there, looking very suave in his black boots, his defender boots. And here we go, new season. Hopefully this season brings good things. Let's get it going. Managed to keep the ball well here, just getting comfortable with the game. I also haven't played many games on this FIFA 20 so far, so I'm still a bit rusty. But we've started well here. Brighton aren't really pressing. They're kind of just sitting off us, and I think it's going to be the... try to play a cheeky 1-2 in there into Andre Gray, but no luck. I think Pereira and Deulofeu will be big in this game. I think they're going to be defending deep, and it will be tough. So we may need a bit of magic from our wide men. But Pereira losing the ball there in midfield. Not a very good place to lose the ball. Femini is out of position. And this could be trouble. And Holebas, great defending at the far post there. And Deulofeu manages to run. Well, there was me saying Deulofeu was going to run away and take us on the break, but he does get tackled. And looks like Brighton are playing on the counter, but they're doing pretty well. That was blocked by Rob Holding. There's no shouts of handball from anyone there. It was far from his hand. And Decore looks to get the breakaway. Gerard Deulofeu comes inside this time. And Tom cleverly with the cross. Blocked well by the Brighton defenders there. We'll get our first chance at a set piece. Tom cleverly picks it up at the edge of the box. Great strike, but blocked off by the defender, and it goes out for our throw. Oh, no. Ben Foster's made a shocking error here. He's passed the ball out. And it's been intercepted from the Brighton players. They play the ball across the box and should have done a lot better there. Not sure who that was. But was played across the box and just kind of scuffed his shot. And goes miles wide. And it's a pretty uneventful first half from us. There are not really any chances at all from us. And who's this? Connolly on the break, but beautifully cut out there by Christian Cabaselli. And it sets us on the break again. And Andre Gray out to Roberto Pereira. Ball's through to Gerard Deulofeu, and he slots it away with his left foot. A nice little through ball there from Tom Cleverley, and Gerard Deulofeu with the knockout. He's delivered the knockout there, coming in from his left flank, finishes well on his left foot. Defender kind of just came across him, but not with any conviction really at all. Deulofeu's kind of not really making a run. This is where I think Tom Cleverley really isn't very good in the cam position. I'm not really sure what to do with him. Andre Gray with a beautiful touch. And a shot away there. That's a fantastic touch from Andre Gray. But just couldn't beat the keeper there. I think it was with his weak foot as well. And we still haven't had the substitutions. Deulofeu comes in with a strike. Oh, that was a banging strike from Deulofeu there, but saved by Button. And yeah, can't reiterate this enough how important Deulofeu is going to be to our season. Oh, that was a shocking tackle by Holebas. More of a wrong button pressed by me. But Brighton are breaking now. We are only 1-0 ahead, so we will have to be careful that we don't give anything away here. Passing the ball around at the edge of our box. This is a bit unnerving. No. Ooh. I think Tom Cleverley's just been announced as man of the match. I'm not sure how that's happened. I think for me it was definitely... Oh, it's definitely Deulofeu, but that's a great header there. Not sure who that was by. But we do win another corner. Oh, and again, I think that was Cabaselli this time, getting up. Just wasn't able to connect with it. Oh, maybe it was Decore actually. Deulofeu trying to bend one in there, but ball gets cut off. And we start the season exactly how we would have liked to, with a victory thanks to a second half strike from Gerard Deulofeu, of all players. And yeah, I think we said before this that he was going to be super key to our season, and it looks like that's going to be the case, particularly if we take that first game for anything. How happy are you with the first win under your belt? It feels amazing. It's exactly how it feels. Start off the season. I want to say there's more to come. I think there's a lot more to come. We weren't very good in that game. Andre Gray didn't really get into it, but still got away with the victory. Somewhat of a disenchanting performance from Holding as he failed to make an impression on the first match. What do you make of his? He got a clean sheet. That's all I want. Let's just keep it realistic. I think, give him some time to settle down. He's a young player still. Why didn't Ikone make his debut? Yeah, I think he just needs a bit more time to adjust. Let's make him content. We obviously made him a crucial player, but he will come in the next couple of games. There's no doubt about that. Just before we get into this second Premier League game away at Everton. We'll have a look at some of the top deals. And in a big deal, Pogba's gone back to Juventus, or Piemonte Calcio, for probably about the exact same amount that he signed for, which is interesting. Heung-min Son has gone to Real Madrid, which is interesting. And Romagnoli's gone to Valencia. Pjanic going to Real Madrid. Interesting purchase from them. And Arkadiusz Milik going to Atletico Madrid. Here's an interesting one. John Stones going to Spurs. Would have expected that. And Kyle Walker, again, also leaving City. Grimaldo going to PSG. Jonathan Tah going to Bayern. Visca, not sure who he is. Davinson Sanchez going to City. Them having to replace... looks like it might have been a swap deal for John Stones, maybe. Gabriel Jesus has left Man City. The City look like they've had a bit of a clear out. Who else have we got? Jerome Boateng's gone to Roma. Gaia has gone to Manchester City. Vertonghen has also gone to City. So it looks like Spurs and City did some interesting business. Bellerin's gone to Hertha Berlin. That's a very interesting decision by Arsenal there. And Jonathan Ikone, there we go, 25 million coming in for us. Callahan going to Spurs. Joe Gomez going to Wolves is very interesting. If I had been a bit quicker, I think I could have got in on that deal. Savic as well, going to Dortmund. Alonso. Otamendi going to Spurs. It looks like, Man City and Spurs did some weird business over the summer, it looks like. And so we're just going to jump into the second game away at Everton. Obviously, Gerard Deulofeu, having played for Everton previously. We're interested to see how we do. Obviously, Everton a lot better than Brighton. Away game as well, so it may be tough. And I'm hoping for a draw, I would say, probably is what I want. But interesting to see what if we can nick a result. And the big moment is today. We've got Guendouzi came on as a sub in the Brighton game, but Ikone didn't come on, and he will be starting today. He is probably our third, fourth best player, and he's like 21 years old. So that's fab. That's great to see. And we will also, I think I'm kind of tempted to bring Rhian Brewster. No, Rhian Brewster can stay. Rhian Brewster maybe needs a little more time. But this is the team we will roll with. Jonathan Ikone hopefully can give us a bit more creativity. Then Andre Gray with his pace can kind of get in behind. So hopefully that's the way I'm thinking at least. But we'll see whether that actually materialises. So here we go, our second Premier League game of the season. Obviously we got off to a fantastic start with a win at home against Brighton. But this time we're away in Merseyside at Goodison Park. The preferred side of Goodison Park will probably get smashed in the other part of Merseyside by Liverpool. But an away game against Everton. Obviously Marco Silva, former Everton manager, obviously going over to Everton for better pastures, he thinks. But our player to watch, Jonathan Ikone, our brand new signing, making his full debut for Watford here. And it looks like, I think Everton are playing a kind of a weakened team. I think that was Lucas Digne. But hopefully, someone's got number 67, Impala. This is something FIFA really need to change. Now, I'm Watford. I'm not really a huge threat to Everton, but they're playing some poor players. Well, at least Richarlison is playing. Richarlison against Deulofeu should be interesting on the left wing for us, or the right wing. And the ball spread out to Deulofeu, trying to take on his man. He has taken on his man. And can he get the ball across? He played it back. Not sure what he was trying there. But the ball didn't go into the 6-yard box. Went behind the 6-yard box. There was no one there. Richarlison on the break here, looking to cause us a few problems. Into Gordon. Again, not sure who Gordon is, but beautifully cut out there by Holebas. And into Ikone. And we can break away. There's a lot of space here on the right-hand side for Femenia. Luca Digne, it looks like, get an early cross in. Was that a handball there? And Ikone, can he drill one in? Oof, he looked to drill one in, but it just came off the defender there. And it has gone for a corner. Oof, good ball in that time, but just not met by any of the attacking players. And Alex Iwobi will look to get the ball clear to Impala. And he will look to continue his run. Very nicely cut off there by the defender. Ben Foster hasn't had to make any kind of tackles or anything yet, but Deulofeu was running way off from an offside position that time. Matteo Guendouzi with a great header there. And Deulofeu trying to nick the ball, but got no luck and was Ball's been switched out to this right beautifully by Richarlison. And Decore again, just in there and breaking things up. And Ikone not doing too well that time. The ball's played down the wing. It's a fantastic ball into the box, but was cut out there. And Roberto Pereira's away here. Luca Dini has stepped up. Can Roberto Pereira finish? And he can't finish. Saved by, I think, Stekelenburg, who's in for Jordan Pickford. And Roberto Pereira should have scored there. Good tackle by Feminine, making sure Iwobi gets no further. Matteo Guendouzi just trying to shut down the space there. And Jonathan Ikone trying to play the ball to Deulofeu, but cut out there by Cuco Martino, I think it was. Olivas just holding off Richarlison there. Oh, look at that. That was a fantastic bit of skill from Gerard Deulofeu there. And Jonathan Ikone here. Trying to break through the beautiful ball through to Pereira. And Deulofeu's at the far post, but I don't think Deulofeu is going to be winning any headers anytime soon. And the ball was cleared by the Everton defenders. But it looks like Everton haven't really caused us too many problems. I don't know whether that's because of the difficulty or whether that's because of the players they are playing. But before I say that, Richarlison's bombing here away. And that just seemed to happen in slow motion. The ball cutter was crossed over and my defender just seemed to freeze. Holebas got caught up the pitch and Ben Foster, not sure what he was doing, could have easily came out and punched it. I didn't think the goalkeeper position was one I needed to look at, but maybe it is. Jonathan Ikone picks the ball up at the edge of the box here. Ball to the far post from Feminine. Andre Gray coming in at the far post, but just pinched by Martin Stekelenburg before he gets to him. Jonathan Ikone breaks in. Oh, and Jonathan Ikone hits the post. That was a beautiful bit of interchange, and that's exactly what we want to be seeing from Jonathan Ikone. And just unlucky he hits the post that time. And Roberto Pereira with a bit of skill there.
There will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time.
Trying to drive into the box here. But just losing out that time. Guendouzi trying to mop up. But Olivas again getting caught up. I think that was Deulofeu though. And we are behind at half time. So not the first half we would have wanted. So hopefully Jonathan Ikone can build on what was probably a really good second half of the first half, where he hit the post, and yeah, we can't concede again basically, I think, because I don't think we're going to be scoring too many goals. Oh, some great defending closing down by Richarlison there. Can Jonathan Ikone break? Oh, it's a fantastic ball in from Jonathan Ikone, who's stretching with his left foot there. He manages to get a fantastic ball into the box. And Deulofeu's through again. Can he square the ball for Ikone? He tried. He tried to square the ball for Ikone. Pereira comes in, tussled there by, I think, Luca Dini. And Rob Holding wins the wins the header. And Holivas. Femenia just trying to get the ball in that time, but blocked off by Alex Iwobi. That looked like a handball to me. But it looks like they're bringing on someone. I'm not sure who they brought on. It looks like Andre Gomez maybe they brought on. Yeah, it looks like they're taking Schleidling off and brought on Andre Gomez, which is interesting. Maybe just they want someone who can play the ball a bit better in central midfield. And that's a fantastic ball there through Richarlison. Ben Foster's come out for it. Oh, Richarlison's tried to dink him. And Richarlison has missed, but I think Ben Foster's made some contact with Richarlison. But luckily it's outside the box, and that the keeper's decided to only give him a... well, it looks like Richarlison disappeared from the replay there, but we are going to just make a substitution here. I haven't been too impressed by Andre Gray, so we're going to give Danny Welbeck his first minutes of the game. We'll kind of keep it at that. We'll leave Akone on for the moment. He's probably been our most promising player.
Number 18, Andre Gray. Coming onto the pitch, number 10, Danny Welbeck.
So there's Danny Welbeck making his debut for Watford this season. It looks like they got Luca Dini and Richarlison over the free kick. And, he's gone and banged it. And it's come off the underside of the bar. And it's kind of bounced over the line. We should see the goal line replay to see whether the ball did fully cross the line. But it did. It bounced off the top of the crossbar. And that was we stopped the goal. I think Richarlison probably would have scored if Ben Foster didn't make that challenge. But we have given Everton a second goal, which we knew we couldn't do. We said at the beginning of this half, if Everton got a second goal, we would find it very difficult to get back into this game. And that's exactly what we've done. And they look now to be playing the ball around with a bit more purpose, which is not good for us. And Iwobi's playing back heels now and everything, so they look to be having a little bit of fun at our expense. And Rob Holding there with a nice clearance. Danny Welbeck here trying to get his first touch of the game. Oh, Danny Welbeck's made a fantastic run here. He's got through. Can he finish? Oh, he tries to side foot it past the keeper. And I don't think we're going to be scoring too many goals. So when we have chances like that, we have to be scoring. Delefeu trying to get in there. And Guendouzi mopping up. It looks like we've been kind of outplayed this game. We are going to bring on Will Hughes for Roberto Pereira. I think that would be a common change for us. I think, Pereira kind of runs out a bit of steam and he becomes a lot less influential in the team. I'm also, after just this first couple of games, I'm not overly... the ball got deflected into the box. As I was saying, I'm not overly impressed by Roberto Pereira. Just he's kind of just not... I don't know, he's maybe just not my type of player. Will Hughes has come on anyway for now. And we will try and... Jonathan Ikone with a strike there. But a bit off balance there and was going to be tough for him to score. And had his chance in the first half gone in where the ball came off the post, things could have been very different. But as it stands, we're 2-0 down. And if anything, Everton look like scoring more rather than us scoring one back. Will Hughes managed to just luckily get a... again, trying to get Jonathan Ikone in behind Danny Welbeck, that was that time. Delefeu with the cross. And that was Danny Welbeck with the header. But just straight at Stekelenburg there. No real problems for the Everton goalkeeper. But they have given the ball away. We have given the ball straight back to them. Richarlison's looked like a real problem, and he's managed to get past Rob Holding. Hopefully Kabasele can hold him up. He gets the ball fantastically across. And Ikone trying his best to hold the ball up. Still making runs forward though, so he's keeping up the energy, which is good. But I just don't think we have the answers in this game. We've missed a couple of chances as well. And it looks like Richarlison has been a bit of a problem. Guendouzi coming over to defend against him now. There's some good defence, but it's gone out for an Everton corner, and it does look like it will be a defeat for us. Our first defeat of the season. Ben Foster still was faffing around, and that one nearly snuck in the corner. There was a defender on the line there who absolutely blasted the post. So that'll be sore for him in the morning. That was Ikone trying to win a header, and definitely could have gone better that game. But that is unfortunately our first defeat of the season. A goal from Impala and then a free kick from Luca Dean. And we're gonna have to face the press now after our first defeat of the season.
Hi there, have you got a minute for a question?
I don't really, mate, but I think you're going to ask the question anyway. So there was some of a disenchanting performance from Ikone. He failed to make an impression. I actually thought he was our best player. I'm just going to say it's not easy for him to fit into a new team. I'm going to back my man. But we have to be realistic. Again, a disenchanting performance from Guendouzi, and we're going to say the same thing. It's not easy for him to fit into a new team. But hopefully he can do a little better. Do I think certain change or a different approach altogether could have helped avoid this defeat? No. The blame is fully mine.
Thank you for your time.
We should have I think the players should have done better. But at the end of the day, as a manager, you always have to take the blame. You can't have that on your players. And we are going to advance through. I don't think we're going to make any kind of last minute signings or anything. I don't want any impulse buys after the first couple of games. But we've got a couple of scout reports through, and we've got Sporting. I think they're coming again for Messina. I think we said no, so we're going to say no again. Interesting. Messina's actually just kind of reminded me that maybe he may be an option instead of playing Holebas. But it looks like we've got West Ham again next in the league, and then I think we have a Carabao Cup game against Plymouth before we then go to play Newcastle again in the Premier League. So I'm going to leave those games for the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll be rounding up transfer deadline day on the next episode also. Before we jump into a load of games, we've got Arsenal and City in the same week. That should be interesting. Sheffield, interesting fixtures over November. Chelsea will be tough. December is not looking nice. Leicester, Palace, Liverpool, United. That's definitely not going to be easy. And hopefully we can progress in the Carabao Cup as well. So I'll be having some games from them as well. But I hope you guys enjoy this episode anyway. And that you guys are enjoying FIFA on the channel. FIFA is one of my favourite games, although it's mainly been Cricket 19 on the channel so far. Oh, that was my controller falling. Even though, mainly posting Cricket 19, FIFA is my preferred game and kind of game that I want to play most on this channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed these career mode games, and we'll continue with this series. I will keep it going, and we'll see what happens to Watford. We will see where we are in this season. That was the top goal scorers. I think we are currently in 11th. Some strange teams behind us, Liverpool and Man City. They've drawn both of their opening two games. Wolves currently bottom, having lost both of theirs. Have a look at who's top. There'll probably be some strange teams up top. Yeah, Newcastle. I'm sure every Newcastle fan would love to see that. But it looks like 3 games in and no one has their 100% record. They do remain unbeaten, Newcastle, but Chelsea have yet to play. So they do have a chance to go to the top. Looks like a couple of other teams also have the chance. So we've kind of made an okay start. 1 win, 1 defeat. It's probably what you would expect from Watford. But I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I'll catch you on another one.